Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Mysteries and Oddities news video. Well, how about this? What a wonderful piece of news that just came out today in the world of mysteries and oddities. And it's a great way to share this information as I'm continuing to wrap up the latest series of videos this go around. So check this out. One of my favorite actresses of all time, in fact, pretty much my first actress crush, in this case Megan Fox. Those of you that have followed me these couple of years know how much of a crush I have on her ever since I saw her, of course, at the very first time in Transformers, where I thought to myself, who is this lovely angel, whenever she first came out, all the way to the latest Ninja Turtle series, which I chronicled a little bit in some of the podcast formats. But yes, indeed, I'm a huge fan of hers, love her dearly, and also she's a huge fan of cryptids and then also other worlds involving aliens and UFOs. In fact, I remember reading one time she said her favorite show ever was Ancient Aliens. So that just totally makes me love her even more so. So if there's a chance she's even listening to any of my videos and she's a fan of this same information, then shout out to her, of course. And then thank you so much, Megan, for the great work that you do. Great stuff. And obviously, I'm a huge fan and I'm in love with you. So in any case, this bit of news comes out from the Travel Channel. They have partnered now with Megan herself to develop a new series. Check out the title. It's called Mysteries and Myths. Doesn't that sound kind of familiar? Doesn't it sound like eerily a lot like the stuff that I talk about? It's crazy. Of course, if this is all just pure coincidence, but it's fun to think that some of this might have even just influenced her in any way whatsoever. Of course it didn't, but it still is fun to think along those lines. But because she's such a huge fan of that world, of the ancient aliens, about all the mysteries associated with the past, about all these weird stuff that has happened on this earth throughout history, she herself has finally come up with a series partnering with Travel Channel to talk about this. So here's how it goes. This is a brand new series. The first set of order will be 4 episodes. This is more like a trial basis. So if these episodes click, like if they actually are a hit and they get good ratings, then of course there'll be like a whole new series throughout all of it. Well, who knows how many other seasons thereafter. But yes, those 4 episodes are going to be 1 hour long each. And then here's how it goes. Every single episode, she will talk about something related to a past mystery or a past myth on this planet. In fact, this is like the blurb that I saw throughout various articles talking about this news, and I'll share it with her here. It says, since an early age, Fox has been obsessed with the history of ancient cultures, people, and places, always questioning their documented story. That's the truth, by the way. That she's not making this stuff up. I've known her, read about her for a while now, and she's a huge fan of this stuff, as I mentioned earlier. Now she is embarking on an epic and personal journey across the globe where archaeologists and experts will re-examine history, asking tough questions, and challenging the conventional wisdom that has existed for centuries. The series will delve into some of the greatest mysteries of time, including whether Amazon women really did exist or if the Trojan War was real. It kind of gives you a sense then, essentially, of what the series will be about some of the topics, about some of the big ones, the all-stars, if you will, that have permeated and stayed for so long throughout who knows how many centuries. Well, she will work with who knows how many experts as she travels around the globe trying to find, I guess, the origins, maybe why that happened, even probably why they've lasted this long. Are they true? Are they false? Were they one part and then afterward changed to something else throughout time? All that stuff. It sounds very, very fascinating. I love the idea that she's going to do this. It might even delve into that weird pseudoscience, if you can even call that a word, that I've heard that Ancient Aliens deals with a lot. I don't really watch that show. I've seen a couple of episodes, but it just never really clicked with me. But there's definitely fans out there, including her, that love that stuff. But they deal a lot with pseudoscience. It's a lot of stuff where it's stating things, but without any concrete proof by the barest sense, like through the tiniest thread in terms of any proof. But it's fun. It's fun to talk about that and wonder and guess and then try to see, like, if there's a lot of puzzles missing, try to see and point well, this led to this, so it must have been this. Even if it sounds exciting, but it's kind of like fan fiction almost, it's still super fun to talk about. And in fact, here's a quote directly from her. She says, I would describe myself as a seeker. A seeker is someone who is never content to have obtained enough knowledge. History only gives us one-sided view of the truth, and there's something I know from personal experience. My own history has been written by other people who have a vested interest in changing the narrative. And I haven't spent my entire life building a career in academia, so I don't have to worry about my reputation or about being rebuked by my colleagues, which allows me to push back at the status quo. So much of our history needs to be re-examined. So interesting. She's taken the stance then that because she doesn't come from the world of academia, from the world of universities, she doesn't have anything, let's say, backing her or preventing her from just seeking different angles. And so she's using that to her advantage. So that way she comes by, and it was mentioned in another article, from an unbiased view. So that way she could truly give a clear new narrative towards what they're trying to discover. So interesting stuff. No date specifically on when this will actually air, only that it'll begin production sometime in June, and then after that time period it'll air later on in the year. In fact, I'll include the link below from comingsoon.net, and you'll see all this information that I just talked about. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this, and in fact I encourage everyone here, if you're into this world again of cryptids and monsters, aliens, UFOs, mysteries, oddities, a lot of this stuff will no doubt be covered within those 4 episodes, then I highly recommend whenever it comes out to take a look to help support it, and then that way we'll have a whole new set of series. And I admire her. This is brave when it comes to her doing something like this, because clearly, I mean, let's let the cat out of the bag. There's a lot of people that think that she's just pure dumb. She's not. I mean, obviously, you know, she's pretty smart, especially to have survived pretty good long time history in Hollywood for her to still continue to make movies. But to this day, people still think that she's just a dumb, like, a woman that just wouldn't know, you know, how to open a door. But in actuality, like, it's clear that based on what her interests are that I've known about for a while, she's someone that truly looks into information and tries to find out stuff related to it. Once I heard that she was totally into the world of Asian aliens, and then also of Bigfoots, and then UFOs, the entire world like that, it just totally blew my mind. You would not think that she would be something like in terms of that particular interest, but there she was, and totally ready to share that information on interviews. In fact, there was one interview where she started spouting a bunch of things from ancient aliens. I wish I could find it again, but I remember reading that interview that she did, and I was just totally just amazed at how much she was into this world. So it's pretty great stuff that she's now partnered with this. She's pretty much putting her money where her mouth is when it comes to showing how much of a fan she is of all this stuff. So what do you guys think? Whole new series, mysteries and myths. I wonder what they're going to talk about throughout this entire 4 hours, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be able to then make a success, and then also have a good amount of views, enough at least to merit, let's say, a whole new series, and then of course after that a whole new set of seasons thereafter. So as soon as more info comes out, dates, time periods, what they're going to talk about in the episodes, I'll be glad to surely share that with you here. So I'll also include the link below. I talked about her in one of my past videos a while back. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, about her love of this world. So if you haven't had a chance to hear that, I'll also talk about other celebrities who are interested in that stuff too. So all right, everybody, thanks again as always. Take care. Bye.